This is probably, in my opinion, one of the most exciting new cars on the market. It has all the pizzazz of the Ferrari, it has the speed of the Lamborghini Aventador, and great styling at half the price with all the goodies you'd want on a high-performance exotic. So let's talk a little bit about what it actually has. Rolls on 20-inch P0 Pirellis. It has a V10, an Audi issued engine. The LP 610-4 refers to the fact that it's 610 horsepower and it's all-wheel drive. So you get a great performance out of a very, very small car. So this car was specifically designed by Lamborghini to go toe-to-toe with a Ferrari 458. Hence, you get color combinations that are terribly reminiscent of what you'd see in a Ferrari. Russo red, tan interior, tan leather, and it is an absolutely astounding performer. There are only four other cars that are faster than this car in the Road and Track series on test data. The Aventador is just a touch faster on paper, but for a car that's almost half the price of the Aventador and is cheaper than the Ferrari that it goes up against, it's great value for the money. So what makes it so outstanding? The top speed of the car is just over 200 miles an hour, and it does that with paddle shifters and a dual speed gearbox. The LP 610-4 is the new standard, in my opinion, for exotics that are somewhat affordable. The car's about $275,000 kitted out as it is here, which is a lot of money, no matter who you are. But for an exotic, it's relatively attractively priced. I bought the car because I like the styling, I like the performance, and I'm a Lamborghini fan. This car I've put about 6,000 miles on since I bought it. This is a 2015. It's been hugely reliable. I've had no problems of any kind with it, and it's been on the road quite a bit, on some long trips, hugely comfortable on the highway. It's kitted out with optional leather seating. You can, on a downgraded version, get just a manual pull bar, but after all, you're spending $275,000. You don't really want to have to pull your seat around by hand, do you? Console is a downgraded version or simplified version of what you get in the Aventador. Same kind of tab controls for the windows, central control for heating and air conditioning, central control panel for running the car, your nav system, check signal lights on various things, general info on the car. Just like with the Aventador, you've got a red toggle switch where you have your start-stop button. And what's different about this from the Aventador is you actually have a lever for reverse on the car, park, and you can shift from manual transmission where you shift through the gears yourself to you mash this twice and you're in automatic, and the car runs through the gears. Your options on how you drive the car are located right here. It has three modes: Strada, Sport, and Corsa. Strada, of course, is street. Sport is generally what you'd be driving around on the street, and Corsa is full race mode. What that does is it changes shift points on the transmission, and it also gives you different dampening in your suspension. You do have one undesirable feature in my view. For some reason, the Lamborghini engineers decided they were going to copy Ferrari, and they were going to do away with the turn switch lever, and they were going to put the turn switch just here on the column and have you shift this to indicate which direction you're going. Takes a while to get used to, but I must say it's better done than the one on the Ferrari. So let's fire this puppy up and go for a ride. One of the things I really like about this car, no speedometer, just a tachometer. So when you're going 55, you're being honest, you're going 55, you're just using the tachometer. It does have an mph gauge over here, but you don't really have an instrument. Okay, let's go. Because the Huracan has a dual clutch assembly in the way the transmission is set up, the shift points are extraordinarily smooth and lightning quick. It makes the car an absolute dream to drive because you just get the sensation of the engine and the RPM, but you don't get any bump. It just shifts gears and moves along. So it's a great fun car to drive. This particular car, my car, has a optional Lamborghini exhaust system, racing exhaust system on it. That's going to set you back about $12,000, but again, you've already wasted all that money. You might as well get something you like. I decided a long time ago that the only thing I wanted to do more than go fast was to be able to stop fast. This has a great braking system on it. It's got carbon fiber all around. That's pretty much the standard on exotics these days, but some of them work better than others, and the ones on this car are great. As I said, the V10 is a well-proven Audi engine and delivers great performance. It's about 610 on the base car. If you have the upgraded exhaust, you get about another 10%. So this car is actually right at about 670 horsepower. Awfully easy on straightaways to get in trouble in a hurry where you're going a little bit faster than 55. Smooth ride, perfect handling, very precise, just no complaints about the car at any level. I think it is light years ahead of the 458 Ferrari. The Ferrari's got the name, it's got presence, it's got that prancing pony, but this car is going to give Ferrari a run for its money. But as far as a driver's car, I think the Lamborghini engineers have aced it with the Huracan, and I think that's going to cause problems for them with their Aventador series because the price point is so much lower on the Huracan and the performance is so competitive. It's just an outstanding car. I really, outside of the turn signal indicator, I can't find very much to fault on the car. Well, that and the fact that you have enough room for a handkerchief for onboard baggage. But hey, if you're in one of these, you can buy something when you get to where you're going. If you notice, as we're going through the gears, you're even though you're not in the car with us, you can hear the shift, but you don't see any lunge like you typically get when you're shifting gears manually, or even on pedal shifter cars, where historically there's a nudge when you go through the gears. So that tells you a lot about how smooth and how incredibly good this transmission is on this car. I am super impressed with it. Having driven several high-performance cars with pedal shifters over the last several years, I can say without hesitation, this one is the best. Lamborghini has come out with 2 other versions of this car since I bought this in 2015. They've come out with a LP 580-2, which is a lower horsepower 2-wheel drive, and they've come out with the Roadster version of the car. The Roadster one is a great looking car, and is on my shopping list for what's next. I think if you combine a Roadster with the other performance features that are present in this car, the way it's set up now, you will have an ultimate driving machine, but it won't have a BMW badge on it. Surprisingly, for the car lines being the way they are, the car has fairly good visibility. They did a very good job, in my opinion, of positioning the mirrors in just the right spot, and they've got enough rearward coverage that you don't have as many blind spots as you would think looking at the car. In fact, Lamborghini, in my opinion, has done a good job on both of their banner cars right now on that point. Even the Aventador has good rearward visibility, even though the body lines would make you think it would be hard to see out of. So, the LP 610-4, a ride you gotta have.